Hello, viewers all over the world. I bring greetings to you and I welcome you back to our third episode on our parenting series tagged Attitude My Parent Display That I Don't Like. Once again, I'm very much grateful to all our regular subscribers. You are the reason why we are coming up here. And then, if you're coming here for the first time, I want to welcome you. My name is Emeka Love Bernard, and on this podium, we'll talk about life and godliness. We'll talk about life and living. And on this particular um, series, we are dealing with attitude my parents display that I don't like. On one of our parenting series, and we are now in episode 3 on our family or parenting series. I want to welcome you. So, in continuation of what we've done, please find time to go listen to the first and the second episode. This is the third one. So, we are continuing. Once again, I want to refer you to Ephesians chapter 6, verse where in verse 4, where they're talking to our parents that we shouldn't provoke our children to wrath. And then in verse 2, we also commended and then being admonished to obey our parents in the Lord as children, irrespective of your age. If you still have your parents alive, your foster parents or adopted parents, learn to obey them in the Lord. Don't go and be stealing and saying, I'm obeying my parents, okay? You don't learn that from this podium. And according to the scripture, we're not expected to do that. We are to obey our parents in all that is good. And then parents, you should provoke, you should propel, you should nurture, you should propel your children to do good things and then to acquire good virtues that will help them in life, that you will be proud of them and you will not be heartbroken. Yes, there are parents that die untimely death because of the trouble their children are bringing. Hey, it's not just here now, not in our own generation or time, but even in the scripture. There is a marriage that Esau entered into that was a big problem for Isaac and Rebekah. So if we do our primary little basic work at home as parents, we will raise up children that will be of source of joy to us. And that is why we are coming up here to give you tips on how to raise up those wonderful children that you'll be proud of tomorrow. I believe my parents will be proud of me, and I'm making efforts for them to be proud of me. Okay, and that's why I'm also helping you intending parents right now to acquire these ideas, these virtues and values we are sharing on this podium of influence in order to make your children to be better and be personalities that you as a parent will be proud of. So, do you know about this person? He's my son. He's my daughter. She's my daughter. That's what we're after. Okay, and the first point we want to look at says, it says, they beat me in front of my junior ones, which make me to disobey them at times. Now, our young adults, our teenagers, our young people are complaining that if you want to met out punishment, you met out the punishment in the presence of their younger ones, of which at times they might not like to obey you at that point in time. They might like to be heady or stubborn. If you ask me, I support disciplining a child. In fact, I am a disciplinarian. If I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. I can spank children. I can scold people. But if I don't tell you, you will not know. As they are young adults, don't flog them or met out punishment that will inflict wound or injuries on their body, that they will have to live with it. And remember, look at my face. My face has a scar here. Someone did that to me. It's not that I had an accident. Someone did that on a beat to correct. Okay? The day this incident happened, I will not forget. Even though the wound has healed. So don't try to on a bit to effect correction, you beat or flog them. that you wound them. That is one. Another one is that they are complaining that even when you want to correct or discipline them, place a disciplinary measure, you should not be embarrassingly in front of their younger ones. They have their ego. They don't want you to puncture their ego. If I will suggest you do that in a room, if they have their personal room, you go into their room, maybe ask them, you kneel down there, you do this, you do that. Okay, you raise up your hand. You met out any punishment you want to met out to them, but not in the presence of their younger one. Why their younger ones are watching you doing that. I was invited in a family. Yes, the pastor and his wife. I was privileged that the woman is my friend, even though I was much younger. She had to adopt me to be a member of that family. She felt I'll be of good influence over her children, of which some of them are my age mates and some are not. That was years back. So on that particular occasion, she was complaining. My husband asked my first son to go and kneel down. He refused kneeling down. He walked up and then went into his room, shut the door behind him, and his father was angry. He removed the belt, opened the door, and started flogging him. Start using the belt on the young man. The young man only ran away and hid to save his face from the embarrassment that his younger ones will be watching him kneeling down or serving punishment before his father. And this person is going to 17 or 18 years. If I'm not mistaken, yes, either going to 17 or 18 years old young man. He asked him to go and kneel down in front of his siblings. Punctures his ego. The young man has to walk out from his father, go into his room. Then it's better that the father met out the punishment in his room while his younger ones are not watching. The parent might be like, you are disobeying me. They like, our daddy precisely be like, you are growing wings now, you are disobeying me. Not knowing that he should also consider the young man concerned. I'm not against discipline, okay? Because discipline is good. Meting out some punishment for your young adults is good, but you require wisdom so that you will not lose the loyalty, the respect they have for you. There was a story in the scripture that was told us about Adonijah, one of the sons of David. The Bible says that his father has not done him any bad thing before. That means his father might have not scolded him. His father might have not spanked him. So he always have his way. He got to a point that he want to crown himself king while the king, his father, is still alive. We're not talking about Absalom. We're talking about Adonijah. So discipline is good, but it requires wisdom as a parent. So our youth are complaining that you beat them in front of their younger ones, in front of their younger siblings. They don't like it. At times, they might be proving heady to you. Some of them are even stronger and taller than you, like daddy. Yes. I'm trusting God to have children that are more hefty and strong than me. Okay, so you might be privileged as a parent that you have your younger ones, your children and young adults that are more heftier than you. Okay, if you want to punish them, you want to slap them, you should not be embarrassingly before their younger ones. It punctures their ego. You invite them inside the room. While they're inside the room, you want to slap them, you slap them. That is okay, but don't do that while their younger ones are watching. You are letting them down. We young people have ego. Okay, at times please respect that our ego. It's not that we want to disobey you, but if you trample on it so much, they might be pushed to the wall to disobey you. And as you watch your young adults, as they are growing up, you reduce your flogging and spanking and beating. You go down to advising them. Yes. Yes, you go down to advising them. I was discussing with one of our fellowship members while I was on campus. I was their leader, and it was during matriculation time, so their parent visited. So she did something. She's a lady. She did something. I was like, I will flog you. She was like, And I went ahead to say, do you think you have outgrown flogging? And then to call the father. The father was there. You mean this your daughter is? The father supported me. She was like, we are joking. The father was saying, If she did something that's supposed to be that demands flogging, you flog her. After the whole joke, the young lady concerned says, as old as I am now, if I did something wrong, you not call me and talk to me about it, and you flog me. In fact, I will change it for you. You flog me or you slap me, I won't take it lightly with you. This is in a kind of a fellowship environment, a Christian setting. Okay, despite the fact that it's in a Christian setting, we will not tolerate or accept that idea of spanking a 25 years old girl man, flogging. That will be inflicting wound on them, which could be emotional or which could be physical. So let us take note of that. On a bit to discipline, we should not do that so embarrassingly while their younger ones are watching. Then another one is this: they treat me as though I am a child. As your children are growing up, leaving that teen age and also going into young adults, we should find a way of not treating them as a child. At times, they complain that you punish them by denying them food. Please don't do that. Don't deny your children food on a bit to punish them. Don't deny your children food on a bit to punish them. Hello, welcome back. I had to go to adjust some certain things, so pardon me for that. So I want us to continue what we were saying. Another thing I also want to draw the attention of most of our parents or parent watching this too is that on a bit to meet our punishment, don't starve your children. Those young adults, you say because you did this, the punishment we have for you is that you're not going to eat in this house. Yes, I've suffered similar fate, and it was not good at all. It was not good at all. It's like it tempted me to nurture some bad thoughts in order to obey that the demand of my stomach. Don't starve your children as a way of punishing them. And don't punish your young adults before their siblings while they are watching. You can do that in a room, in a closet, but don't just do it embarrassingly while those younger siblings are watching you, meting out that punishment. And then you don't treat them as a child. Another point I want us to move into says, comparing me with others. Comparing me with others. This is a grave mistake that parents are making, which is very, very bad. Your child is unique. No daughter, no son in the whole world has the same thumbprint of your sons and daughters. They are special, specially made. Don't compare them. Don't you see that person? Don't you see other people's family? Don't you see that family? Don't you see the way their children are behaving? Your own children are unique. Never compare your own young people, youth, teenagers, young adults with anybody in the neighborhood. It can destroy them. It can damage them. It's going to give them a mental trauma. I've suffered from that. It will make them feel less of themselves. Even though if they try to do the real comparison, your child might even be performing far, far better than those people you are comparing them to be like. And the Bible discourages comparison, or carnal comparison, comparing ourselves with ourselves. We are fools. Comparing your children with other people's children or other people's world is making you to be a fool as a parent. So please, stop fooling yourself by comparing your children with other children in the neighborhood. Your children are unique and special in their own way. Never compare your children with other children in the neighborhood, either academic-wise, virtues, or potentials. They are unique and special in their own way. And in the whole world, not even you as a parent can give birth to the child that has the same quality of that child you are comparing him or her to another. Please don't compare your children. with other people's children. Don't compare your world. Don't you see the father of this particular, don't you see the son of this particular child? Don't you see that child is an engineer, is this, is a nurse? Leave that child. If he's an artist, appreciate the fact that he is an artist. He will do better knowing that his parents appreciate what he has been endowed with. At times children struggle to succeed. Young people struggle to succeed because they never know the love of their parents. Their parent doesn't love their profession. Their parent doesn't encourage them in what they are doing, their hands find it to do. They will do better having this assurance that, hey, my dad is proud of what I'm doing. My parents are proud of my profession. They even supported me. So please, let's learn lesson. Stop comparing your young people with other people, other people's children. Stop fooling yourself as a parent by comparing your children with others. They are special and unique. If you don't know, hear it from me. Emeka Love Bernard is telling you that your children are unique and special. Nobody in the whole world is like them and should not be compared to them or compared with them. Yes, value the virtues they have. Value the natural endowment that they have. If you begin to appreciate them, more of those potentials will come to limelight. So the next point is that keeping scores of all the past things I did and calling them to present at any slightest provocation. Okay, let me take it again. You say keeping scores of all the bad things I did and calling them to present at every slightest provocation. Most parents are like that. Me, I'm the type that prefer you even spank me, flog me, than being a naggy or being nagging. Yeah, being a naggy over things I did or nagging over my past wrongs that I committed at home. Yes, I'll go get a cane, flog me 39 or 39 minus 1. Okay, than for you to be calling to present the past things I did wrong, my past results, my past record. You calling them to present. It shows that you, as a parent, you are teaching your children not to forgive. Yes, you don't have a heart that forgives. And your children learn that particular attribute or attitude from you and begin to build their own home with it. Okay, maybe you're not from a Christian home. Please learn to forgive. Learn to forgive as Christ forgave. Forgive and forget. Don't be calling their past deeds to the present if they did something wrong currently. You say, yes, this is what you did years back. This is the kind of attitude you displayed last week. You are teaching those particular people under your watch not to forgive and forget. You are teaching them not to learn how to bury the hatchet. You are teaching them to hold grudges for a long time. So please stop calling their wrong deed from the past to present at any slightest provocation. It is annoying to them. So I'm now sounding like their voice now. I want to speak and plead with you that if you are such kind of person, as daddy and mommy, you have that kind of attitude, please stop. We don't like it. If you are forgiving us, forgive us. Something happened while we are growing up, okay? So we learned to tell we unanimously agree in our home of 7 children that I was the eldest there and I'm still the eldest. Yes. We unanimously agree in that home that we must learn how to say sorry. Yes. So one of the girl child did something wrong to the elderly one, and the elderly one was giving complaints, was bringing the complaints to me, being the eldest, and the younger one was like, I think I've told you sorry now. I've told you sorry. It's the time past now, please learn to forgive. He put it in this, he said that I think it's the time past, I've said sorry. Why are you trying to bring it out here so they will punish me for my past deed that I've already apologized? I learned lesson from that. If your child did something wrong, your son did something wrong to you, and he apologized to you, fine, you bury the hardship, keep it behind you. Not that if he commits something today that is wrong, you now start making reference of all the bad things he did wrong in the time past, of which he might have apologized to you. You are teaching that child not to forgive, and it shows that one way or the other, you've not forgiven him. You are keeping grudges, cause of bad things that's happened in the time past. So learn this, please, as a parent, mommy, daddy, please do this for us. We will love it. And you are teaching us to be good forgivers. Forgive us our trespasses, as we have also forgiven those who trespass against us. Mommy and daddy, please forgive our trespasses as young people. At times, we can be naive. Forgive our naivety. Just as God has been forgiving you when you were a young person like us. Okay, the next one is dispensing advice at everything, from brushing teeth to choosing the right clothes without encouragement. Okay, this is how you're supposed to dress, this is how you're supposed to sit, this is how you're supposed to brush your teeth, this is how you're supposed to have your hair cut or make your hair have a hairdo, a hairstyle, this that. No encouragement. Okay, fine, no encouragement. This one is similar to the one we have in our previous episode, where we say that we are only our parents are always condemning without commending. Okay, so we then there are occasions that we desire you to encourage us. Hey, my son, my daughter, you are trying. I appreciate your effort you are making on this area. I believe you can do more. We'll be happy that mommy and daddy is encouraging us, as in they are commending us. Okay, we'll be happy, and we make frantic effort to work on the areas that seems to be a weakness in our life, and we will strengthen our strengths and then weaken our weaknesses. So please stop, don't always dispense advice on this, on that, on everything, without even the young lady put it this way. He said, both from the brushing of teeth to choosing the right clothes without encouragement can make our shoulders to go down. Instead of going high and say, mommy and daddy are proud of us and we want to make them proud, our shoulders are down. I'll be like, how am I going to get to please this my perfectionist parent? Parent that tends to do that are choleric in nature. Permit me to say that if you're a choleric personality, please forgive me, okay? But don't be hard on your young people. Don't be so hard on them. You can take away their joy of being of trying to meet your demands. You can be a frustration to their life if you are like this, if you continue this way as their parent, as their foster parent, as their adopted parent, or their guardian. Let us learn and grow. So with this, I want to say congratulations to you for following us to the end of this parenting series, episode 3. We'll also move into the next episode, but that will be on a different topic or heading, not attitude my parent display that I don't like. So we're very much grateful to God for helping us go thus far. And I trust God that if you've been following this series, or to this particular episode, you might have learned something that will help you build your home. This is not also applicable only in parenting. Most of these values we share here is applicable in all relationships. Yes, in your work area, in your school, if you are still studying, you're a student, then while interacting with your friends, male gender, female gender, or opposite gender, and also husband, wife, and mommy, daddy, brother, sister, and if you are a leader too, if you're a leader, especially in the household of faith, you are a parent to many people. So I trust God that we have served you a very nice dishes on this table from this this podium of influence. We're very, very happy and I'm proud of you. Please help us to serve you and the world at large in a greater dimension and better, moving from better to best by helping us to share, click the subscription button, and also commenting. You can also write to us on a topic you felt we should work on and bring it up here, or we should talk about or discuss it here. We will really, really love it. God bless you. Keep shining, keep glowing. Once more, I will say the best from this podium is yet to come. The best from us is yet to come. We will stop here. Bye for now.